How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of What Version Should You Buy? Today we're going to be looking at Doom Eternal. So this game currently already is out. I did not plan on having this video come out after the game was already released. I was trying to get these videos out before the game releases. However, I've been running into some computer problems. It looks like my motherboard might have gone bad. So you guys, thank you for sticking to my channel, and we're so close. We actually went over 800 subscribers, and we're getting pretty close to that 1,000 mark. Guys, thank you so much for all the support. But let's get right into the video. I'll talk more about my computer at the end of this video, but we're going to be looking at 3 different versions of Doom Eternal. We have the standard game, we have the deluxe version, and we also have that collector's edition as well. Of course, the game is a standard $60, but we actually have a little bit of a roadmap here explaining the different prices and what all is included. The deluxe edition is $90 and the collector's edition is $200, not including tax. So the collector's edition realistically is going to be like $220. So the deluxe is probably going to be like practically $100. Anyway, moving on, we get some pretty decent pre-order bonuses for all versions of the game as well, including the Rip and Tear pack. So each version of the game gets this pack right here. Most digital versions of the game get this as well in the PlayStation Store and stuff. You get a Doom 64 digital game download. You get the Dupe variant skin. You also get a bonus campaign master level and a throwback shotgun skin for the shotgun. So keep in mind each version will have this included. I think including Doom 64 is a nice little touch. I mean, that's just a pre-order bonus and you get an old school Doom game. I think that's pretty cool for just pre-order bonuses go, but not too bad. So this is the standard version of the game. You get that pre-order bonus, which is pretty nice. So let's move on over to the deluxe edition. Not too much to see from the standard version. The deluxe edition, I think, has probably one of the best box arts in general that I've seen from a video game. This actually looks really cool. I'm not sure why I love this so much. Something about the symmetry of kind of what's going on here, and I think this gives you more of an epic feel. I think id Software, Bethesda did a really good job on this, and the artist, whoever made this, did a brilliant job. So like I said, this will run you a $90, so it's an extra $60 compared to the standard version of the game. Well, what all content are you getting for the deluxe edition? So obviously you get the game. It is not a steelbook, it is just the normal game, just a new cover art. You get the Doom Eternal Season 1 Pass, which includes DLC 1 and DLC 2. You get the Demonic Slayer skin, and you also get the Classic Weapons Sound Pack. So, what I think justifies most of the costs for the extra $30 you're going to be paying is that Season 1 or that Year 1 Pass, which makes me believe that they might be a Year 2 and so on and so forth for extra DLC. However, Year 1 is only including DLC 1 and DLC 2. So for that extra $30, you're pretty much paying $15 for each DLC that you'll get in the future, alongside the Demonic Slayer skin, and you get the Classic Weapons sound pack, included as well. That Demonic Slayer skin, I don't know if that's just concept art of what that's actually going to be in game. I think that actually is what it's going to be right there. And the Classic Weapons sound pack is pretty interesting. I've seen some games do things like in HD remasters and stuff, including a mode where you can actually see what the game looked like before the remaster, which I think is pretty cool. However, I don't really think I've seen games do a lot of sound, giving you sound from the old school games of what they were. If you guys didn't know, the new Doom series actually is kind of a reboot of the old school Doom series. So they're taking audio from the weapons from the older games and bringing it to this included in the deluxe edition. I personally think this version is the most bang for your buck. Whether you're a person who's new to Doom, wanting all the content, or you're just a big Doom fan, I think personally this is the best sweet spot. An extra $30 compared to the standard game. If you know you're gonna love Doom and you're gonna get that content at the end from the DLCs, this definitely is the version to go for. It is a little pricey, getting towards $100. If this was $100, I would think it's a little too much. I think for just 2 DLCs, this might be just a little bit much, but in general, I don't think this deluxe edition is all too bad for the amount of content you're getting. The DLC content could also be very huge, so it's kind of hard to say whether or not the extra $30 is 100% worth it. However, there is a version of the game we can look at that we know that probably isn't worth the amount of money it is. The Collector's Edition, which is a $200 value, an extra $140 compared to the standard version of the game. So what all is included? Well, you get everything from the Deluxe Edition, including the Season Pass and the skins and the gun sound pack. But for the extra $140, you're going to be getting the Steelbook, the Art Book, the digital soundtrack, the lithograph, and a wearable Doomslayer helmet, which I think is probably the selling point for this. I think that Steelbook looks really, really nice, and it looks better than the standard version of the game. However, I don't actually think it looks better than Deluxe Edition. The Deluxe Edition, however, on the back is just a normal looking game, but the Steelbook has art on both sides, which actually looks really dope. That would be nice, and definitely would have been something I would like to include into my Steelbook collection. However, there is no other way of getting the Steelbook standalone. You have to buy it in the Collector's Edition. Typically, game manufacturers and game companies let you get the Steelbook for cheaper if it's something you'd like to do. Usually a second variant that's a little bit more than the standard game usually is a Steelbook. It's not usually the most expensive version that ends up being the Steelbook game. That's the only thing that I think is kind of bad about this. However, I do understand they want to make the Collector's Edition as best as they can, and they might not have necessarily made enough Steelbooks to be something that they'd include inside the Deluxe Edition as well. Obviously, any art books are pretty cool. I'm not huge on collecting those, but to each their own. The soundtrack probably is pretty cool as well. And it also includes the Doom 2016 soundtrack as well. It is not just the soundtrack from this game, it is both games' soundtracks. Keep that in mind. You're getting both games in that. The lithograph, which I mean, it's a lithograph. I mean, I don't know what you do with it. If it's a lithograph, you look at it, I guess. I don't know what you do with it, but you have one now. If you get this version, I mean, I don't see the appeal of it necessarily, but you have a lithograph, and then you also get the wearable Doom Slayer helmet. I think the Slayer helmet, just in general, is just for clout. It is just to look cool. I think that's probably one of the better things of this Collector's Edition. I like whenever Collector's Editions actually include something usable. I don't like whenever they give you things that are just for show, like a figurine. Something wearable like a helmet isn't super great. I don't think you'll be wearing that a lot, but I think in general that's just pretty cool. I usually like whenever Collector's Editions give you something that is of value. It's something you can actually use, like a fridge, like a mini helicopter, a drone, something like that. Something that's actually usable, that is worth your value. A helmet is pretty cool, and I would consider that to be something that is better than just a statue or figurine. Although it doesn't always have to be usable to also just be cool. If it's also worth the price tag, it is worth it. However, the extra $140 for this content, I don't think is super justifiable. The helmet itself is probably taking 40 of that, and then one extra $100 towards an art book and a lithograph and stuff like that. I don't really know, and the lithograph kind of doesn't have a lot explaining a ton of what it looks like, or what you necessarily can do for it. Does this help you in the game somehow? I don't really know. It's kind of just there. And the digital soundtracks show a little cassette tape. I don't know if you're getting that cassette tape with it or not. It's not exactly explaining super well as to what all content you're getting in the game. But once again, I will reiterate, I think the Deluxe Edition is the most amount of your money going towards actual content for the game, and I think you'll have the best experience, and I think your wallet will also have the best experience of getting the Deluxe Edition. I know it's an extra $30, but if you're going to like Doom, and if you've seen the gameplay, or have tried your friend's game out a little bit, and you know you're going to love this game, and you know you're going to buy the DLC, the Deluxe Edition is the perfect version to go for. is typically in stock. Once again, guys, when I make these videos, I do not push that you should get your game from GameStop. However, I am just using it for the video. Other places like Target, Best Buy, downloading it digitally from like the PlayStation Store, the Xbox Store, are just as good. I would try other places like Target or Best Buy if a game is currently out of stock. I know with the whole virus going on, it has been kind of rough. I might be making a video on that in the future with how things have been kind of going. I know getting games physically isn't very easy to do currently right now. Certain stores around me actually are only allowing in 4 or 5 people at a time. You actually have to wait in line and take a turn in order to get in. And some midnight releases are being shut down. So things might be looking kind of grim. I would try going to bigger stores, potentially even places like Walmart. There's places like Target, Best Buy. If your Best Buy has a Geek Squad in it, there's a good chance it'll also include games. Most Best Buys include games, but I know if they have Geek Squads, they are even more likely to include more games, and they might have more stock as well. So first things I would do, guys, is check your GameStops. I mean, there are stores that are literally just meant for games. If they don't have your game in stock, check Walmart, check Target, check Best Buy, check all the bigger places around you. I know those stores that I just named off typically are the ones that will have your game in stock. The Doom Eternal Collector's Edition, however, is not in stock in GameStop, at least not near me. And of course, you can also get your game shipped and also have your name down for whenever the game or the version of the game that you want is readily available. So that's my little 2 cents on that type of stuff, guys. Overall, though, I'd love to thank you all for the amount of support you have shown me over the past couple of weeks of the new content. And once again, I'm sorry about how slow I've been getting out this video. I try to get it out much earlier, like I explained in the beginning of the video. However, my computer is taking a bit of a dive, and I'm currently using my brother's laptop, so things aren't the most optimal experience. My motherboard might have, I'm not even 100% sure what happens, but my motherboard might be bad and I have to buy a new motherboard, and it's taking some time to fix things, and the whole coronavirus is definitely not making things a whole lot easier. So thank you all for sticking with me, though. We're close to 1,000 subs. It's been my dream since I was a wee little lad making small videos and trying to get to 1,000 subs. It's a big milestone for me, and it means so much to me. And thank you for getting me over 800 subscribers. I know those of you who are really big fans and really are supportive typically stick to the end of the video and give me a nice little comment. Thank you guys for that amount of support. I love seeing those comments, and I love just seeing people interact with the videos. It really means a lot to me, especially being such a big game connoisseur and loving games. I can totally tell you guys love them too, and I love making these types of video for all of you, and just building this community up has honestly been one of the best things that I have ever gotten to do on YouTube and just experience in general. So I'd love to thank you all, and thank you for the support, thank you for the likes that you give on my videos, and overall any bit of support helps so much. But I think I'm going to leave this video here. Hopefully I can get another one back to you soon. Hopefully my computer will be fixed and I'll have it back at home in the next couple of days. That is how things are looking to be. But overall, though, thank you guys for enjoying my videos. And as always, I will see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching.